Happy holidays, Canada, and happy Boxing Day. It is day one of the World Junior Hockey Championship. Team Finland taking on the Czech Republic in Montreal at the Bell Center. And some great young stars we're showcasing, including Olli Juolevi. He's one of 5 returning players from that gold medal winning team. Meantime, Adam Usil, a 4th rounder of the St. Louis Blues, will try and engage his team as the Czech Republic will battle Finland. Finland winning 4 of the last 5 meetings. Coming inside the studio, glad you're watching our coverage right here on TSN. Brian Mudryk joined by Dave Reed. Team Canada just hours away from getting going against Russia. But first, our focus is on the Bell Center. The Czechs, it's been a drought. They haven't found the podium in over 10 years, 2005 the last time. Meantime, Finland doing everything right. Gold in 2 of the last 3 years, but defending this time without some of their star players who are now starring in the National Hockey League. With more on that, let's go to Montreal and the guys calling the game. It is Dennis and Craig.
Brian, we get our first look at Finland, the defending champion. Craig, minus 3 top players from last year.
Yeah, 3 top players named Laine, Aho, and Puljujärvi. But the Finns won't be deterred. They're going to go with a different trio of younger players, led by Eeli Tolvanen, a real dynamite goal scorer. Led the U18 tournament in April when Finland won the gold medal in goal scoring. Their captain on that team was Juuso Välimäki, a really well-rounded defenseman, always looking to make a difference in the game offensively and defensively. And then a big winger, Christian Vesalainen, left wing, right wing, center, penalty-killing power play, can do it all.
And for the Czech Republic, the opposition for Finland tonight, they have not had a medal since 2005, and that was a bronze.
So let me check the rosters here, Dave. Wait a sec. So there's no Laine. Okay. We got no Puljujärvi here as well. Aho not here either. However, let's not fool ourselves. They're defending champs. There's a lot of depth in Finland, and they have some other stars that can rise to the occasion that we've seen before.
You know, Brian, amazing that those 3 players aren't back to this tournament. There are 5 returning players in this tournament, which means that they've still got some experience. They've still got some depth. The player that I'm going to enjoy watching, I know the Vancouver Canucks are going to enjoy watching, is Olli Juolevi, 5th overall to the Canucks this past draft. He not only won a World Junior Gold last year, he also won the Memorial Cup with the London Knights. He's a solid defenseman, can play both sides of the puck, moves the puck extremely well, gets the puck out of his own zone extremely well. He'll be a key for Finland. On the other side, we've got another defenseman who we're going to have a look at and who I got to keep an eye on. And also a first-rounder to the Boston Bruins, plays with the St. John Sea Dogs, Jakub Zboril. 13th overall in 2015. This is a player who, same as Juolevi, can move the puck. He's big, he's strong, he'll play the physical game. You're going to see him probably play about half of the game. If I'm the Czech Republic, I want to see this kid playing half the game. He is that good. So for me, this is going to be a game of defenses. Finland will push hard, and the Czech Republic will have to tighten it up defensively to stop the push.
Juolevi had 9 assists last year. He was great for the defenseman. He was also a tournament all-star. It is time now to meet your starting goalies. They are brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads. And starting for the Czechs is Jakub Skarik. He's 2018 draft eligible. And Vaini Välimäki, not drafted, but he's one of those returning players, 4 in total, coming back for Finland last year as they begin their gold medal defense. Get your popcorn ready. We're ready. Day 1 of the World Junior Hockey Championship in Toronto and in Montreal. We'll see Team Canada later on tonight, but first things first. Finland, defending champs. Czech Republic next from the Bell Center.
The 2017 IIHF World Junior Hockey Championship from Montreal and Toronto is brought to you by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 30 years. By RBC, when we invest in youth, great things happen. Hashtag Make 150 Count by Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey team. And by TELUS, powering the network that keeps us all hashtag. The 2017 IIHF World Junior Hockey Championship from Montreal and Toronto is brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads.
In just a few hours' time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, across our TSN feeds, Canada opens up their tournament against Russia. The Russians have actually won 4 of the last 6 meetings. We'll have that for you. In the meantime, let's take you to the Bell Center. Their second game of the day. It's Dennis Bayak and Craig Butt.
Brian, yes, we're going to get a look at the defending champions in this tournament here in Montreal at the Bell Center. Toronto and Montreal, the host cities for the 2017 World Junior Hockey Championship. look at the Czech Republic that gave Finland a scare last year in the round-robin competition, but Finland did go on for the victory. Jukka Rautakorpi, the new head coach of this Finland team, and looking to get this tournament going for his squad. And Jakob Petter, who coached the U18s in 2014 and 15, 53 years of age, in behind the bench for the Czech Republic. Referees for tonight's game: Tobias Bjork of Sweden, Daniel Stricker of Switzerland, and the linesmen are Yakov Pavli of Russia and Nathan Van Oosten of Canada. So Finland and the Czech Republic. Lots of firepower gone from Finland, lots of firepower still left. And Finland to the attack early with Petrus Palmu. Trying to corral a loose puck. Saarijärvi in from the line. Back for Palmu, and he'll spin it around the boards. Hronek going after it for the Czech Republic. Gets a little bit of help. And a battle in the corner ensues. Tolvanen trying to work it free. Musil to the line, and finally it does bounce out. And it'll be controlled by Spacek. Michael Spacek, 5 points, including 2 goals in the tournament last year for the Czech Republic. Hronek gets to the line. He got stopped there. Cleared to the line, and it does get out as Välimäki breaks it up. And now Finland will circle and regroup. Vesalainen with the long wrist shot. And save, rebound. It does get batted into the net by Vesalainen, but the whistle had gone as Jakub Skarik had to battle with that wrist shot.
Well, you watch how quickly the Finns get the puck up the ice, and then Vesalainen takes a quick look, but then get it to the net, get to the net, and if there's a loose puck, take advantage. The whistle clearly went ahead, but that's how the Finns are going to play.
Netcash will get waved out of the face-off circle for the Czech Republic, the youngster. But the Czech Republic up with the loose puck. Kalina, lead pass. Some room across the line for Netcash. Circles, puts on the brakes, spins it down low. Centering pass came to the side of the net. And Kurowski looking for that loose puck, but none coming from Välimäki.
Martin Netcash, young player, 17 years of age, but you're going to just see a glimpse of his poise. He doesn't push the puck. Oh, it happened before that. That's just a little play to the side of the net, so you won't get a glimpse of his poise.
Face off to the left of the Finland net. Heiskanen plays it for Julevi. Julevi tried to work it up the wall, could not. Now he gets some help from Otto Koivula, the Islander draft pick. Koivula trying to stuff it out. He got squeezed out at the center ice red line. And broken up and cleared quickly by Koblasek. Schlappick goes in after it. Välimäki clears it away from him. Koblasek drops for Schlappick. Finds some room at the left point. The wrister by Krenzalak goes wide. Krenzalak holds at the left point, lets the wrist shot go, and Välimäki makes the save and hangs on.
So, you know, new group of young players here, but the captain, Ole Julevi, I mean, he was fantastic last year as a 17-year-old, obviously the 5th overall pick, the Vancouver Canucks. The word that, to me, describes him the best is just calm. Just, you wouldn't know if it's a gold medal game or just a game that's a pickup. He just plays the same way, never seems to ever be rattled.
Pretty good year for him. World Junior, Memorial Cup, drafted 5 overall.
Not bad. He's got a bright, great future.
Vastichka in behind for Hronek. Head up, takes a look. Jams it ahead and deflected in by Thomas Suskel. Mattila trying to clear it around the wall. The pass got blocked. And controlling it is Vakanainen. Sends a long shot in. Almost looks like Finland wants to test the 17-year-old Jakub Skarik.
One of the things about the Finns is they're going to test you. And if they find that soft underbelly, they're going to keep going after it. So That's the mantra of the Finns. They're in the game, they're hard in the game, and they're finding every area to try to exploit.
Juuso Välimäki goes cross ice. Rink-wide pass intended for Palmu off his stick. Snapped around the boards by Kalina. And the Czech Republic will carry out to the center and no further. Nantonen plays it back into his own zone. Sariarvi swings it to the near side for Välimäki. Välimäki gets tied up. This brought right back in by Spacek. For Musil, he couldn't drive it to the net. And flipped back out at center. Spacek, Musil, and Cachet, the line for the Czech Republic. Musil to center, that's as far as he gets. Son of František Musil, brother of David.
And now playing for the Czech Republic. He played for Canada in the Ivan Lincoln tournament, an August tournament 2 years ago. It's not an officially sanctioned IIHF event, so it doesn't count towards eligibility. This is, so now he's established his international playing roots with the Czech Republic.
Sent back in along the boards. And back out at center ice. Verdinka sends it cross ice and right back in by Krenzuluk. Netcash back for Krenzuluk. Takes a look. Lets the wrister go. Scores! Shot from the line by Daniel Krenzuluk. One off somebody or something in front of the net. Beats Välimäki. 1-0 Czech Republic.
Yeah, looks like it goes off the Finnish defenseman on its way to the net, just off the backside. But here's Martin Netcash. He gets a little step, holds the puck, gets it up high, and then Krenzuluk right to the net. And I mean, that's just a bad bounce there for Venni Välimäki as it goes off the back of Henrik Borgstrom, the big centerman, and can't really say the goalie had any opportunity on that one.
Is this a big game maybe for Välimäki as much as it is for everybody? But the shaky finish to last year's tournament, got pulled in the quarterfinal against Canada. There's another shot. Välimäki in the same rebound scramble, and the big Finnish netminder's going to hang on to it.
Well, now as we go back to the goal, head up, just try to get it directed towards the net, and you can see Borgstrom with his back to the play never picks up the puck, trying to pick up his check. But then, you know, right here comes right back, a rebound, and he's right on it. Sloppy play on the rebound, but great save off of it.
Sent down the ice. This is going to be an icing call.
And I'll go back to your question about Välimäki. You know, I think that Venni has the ability to get his game up to a high level. I think where he runs into challenges is, you know, some goals that go in that they can't go in. I mean, there's sometimes you get beat in good plays, but I think that's what he's got to show, is he's got to show that ability to make the saves that don't get you behind the 8 ball, that you don't have to say, oh, I'd like that one back.
Earned a shutout in Game 1 last year, 6-0 over Belarus. Faced only 10 shots, though. Back into the Czech Republic zone. Icing gets waved off. Good hustle there by Kasper Bjorkqvist to negate the icing call. Nakanainen trying to hold it in at the line and can't. And here comes Thomas Sustel with Suchi. Sustel the shot, and Välimäki makes the save, and the rebound caroms up into the netting.
Real good save there by Välimäki, directing that puck out of harm's way. But you can see where Välimäki gets caught at the blue line. Now it's a 2-on-1, and Sustel, you know, makes the good move, fakes the defenseman down to the ice. Mattila, this is a real good fake. You don't want to be laying on the ice if you're a defenseman, and Välimäki makes the real strong save and gets it out of harm's way and get to a face-off.
Third year with the Kelowna Rockets for Thomas Sustel. Good hit on that far side. Musil stepped into his man. Into center for Nathanen. He got stopped, and the Czech Republic will control. Andre Bala plays it around for David Cachet, away from him, or rather from Simon Stransky. He'll play it back. Musil sends it through. Stransky goes in after it. Stransky. Now the Prince Albert Raiders trying to work it out front. Squirts free. A couple of Finns collide, and Stransky is on the puck. Simon Stransky plays it back for Hronek, looking for a lane to the net, finds one, and lets the wrister go just wide. So the Czech Republic with the 1-0 lead, and in looking for more. Musil to the short side, and Vehviläinen makes the stop on that. Tolvanen back for Finland, plays it in. Andre Vala of the Kamloops Blazers back into his own zone. Czech Republic regrouping. Karofsky winds his way to the line, dishes it off for Cachet, tried to get it back to Karofsky. Karofsky pinned to the corner boards by Heiskanen. Netcash is after it, gets some help. Netcash has it, swings it back down low, looking for David Cachet. Intercepted and sent all the way around the boards by Ulevi. And the Czech Republic again back to regroup. Hronek plays the long pass, misses everyone, and this will be an icing call against the Czech Republic.
Well, you know, we talk about Jakub Petter, the head coach of Czech Republic. You know, you come back to the tournament and you learn. You learn from previous experiences. I know last year there was a game where Czechs were playing really well, and then it seemed they sat back after they got the lead. Then they lost their mojo. I think those are the things that a coach learns, that when you're playing good competition, you can't ever, you know, ease up on the application of the pressure.
Well, the team that won at Finland, Michael Spacek scored in the third period to give Czech Republic a lead in the third period, 4-3. And then a couple minutes later, Jesse Puljujärvi ties it up. And then about 3 minutes after that, Patrick Laine gets what turned out to be the game-winning goal, and the Finland squad walked away with a 5-4 win. Jacek, the Vancouver draft pick, lets the quick wrist shot go, steered away by Vehviläinen. And back up the ice, Koivula gets to the line, sends it in, chasing it to the far side, Archer Ristolainen trying to bat it to the front of the net, can't, and grabbed off by Peter Kalina. Bounces it back to the Finland line, gets broken up there by Jesper Matala out of Boston College, and now offside called against Finland. Daniel Krenzaluk, the shot from the line that finds its way in. 1-0 Czech Republic. Since in the queue before going back.
That old saying, it's not an old saying, it's a current saying, you know, get the puck towards the net. And, you know, it's not just throw it there and just hope. You know, make sure you try to arrive there. If you're a teammate, try to go for a deflection. In case of Krenzaluk's goal, it goes off of Henrik Borgstrom. But the idea was a solid one.
Zaboral, the Boston draft pick, starts the attack out of his own zone. Some good offensive skills from him. Got himself into penalty trouble last year. 31 penalty minutes for Jakub Zaboral at the World Championship. Odd man rush shot, score! Juno Luutto finds the short side, and Finland has come back to tie this game 1-1.
Yeah, quickly out of their own zone, and then it's a real good, strong play by Luutto. Here it is, they win the puck. You know, Adam Musil doesn't really get strong on that puck, and then Skaric, he gives up that short side. But again, the Finns, well, it doesn't go short side, it goes between the arm and the body. So that is leaky plumbing, to say the least, on the part of the Czech goaltender.
Never seemed to really get square to the shot by Luutto.
And not when you hear about squaring up, there was no evidence of that on that play.
So the game tied 1-1. Ulevi sends it in deep. Finland in looking for more. Pelmu. And a good defensive play there by Netcash. Ahead for Cachet. Krenzaluk back for Cachet. Takes it wide, lets the wrist shot go, and Vehviläinen makes the save.
So as we go back to the goal, I mean, Luutto's going right to the net. Real good play there to poke it by. But you can, looks like Skarch doesn't know whether he wants to go left, if he wants to stand up, but he ends up fading right back into the net. And Lotto finds the hole.
2-on-1, and you wonder if he didn't start to play the pass maybe a little bit, start to move across to the other side of the net.
But we saw that in the earlier game, Dennis, with Sandstrom, and we made the comment about, you know, just don't give up a position, and then you're going to be able to get it. He gave up position, and now he becomes very vulnerable, and now that puck goes in. It's hard to be patient.
Yes, Jakub Skark, the 17-year-old. Terrific numbers at the Hlinka tournament, where the Czech Republic won gold. And getting the start here, preseason game, or the pre-tournament game against Canada, Daniel Vladish got the start. It was expected he would start today, but it is Jakub Skark that gets the call.
You know what's interesting about the tournament? I mean, Finland won the tournament last year, playing 2 goalies, pulling goalies. Canada in 2015 played Eric Comrie and Zach Fucali throughout. You know, the idea that you're going to play 1 goalie through this tournament now just seems to be, unless you're that clear-cut, like stand on your head type goaltender, a tandem, an alternating duo is what teams are going to do in the preliminary round.
Your offense does get challenged, though, and that's what Finland had last year in the quarterfinal game when Vavalainen got pulled. And they ended up beating Canada by a count of 6-5. Scramble in the corner in the Finnish end of the ice. Christian Reichel, number 25, trying to work it out of the corner. Son of Robert Reichel. But Finland will carry right back in. Kokkonen drops it back. Kokkonen chases this in behind the net. Has Tolvanen with him, but stolen and right back up the ice for Thomas Sustel. He'll send it deep. Suchi goes in after it. Suchi gives his man a bump. Vakanainen, and quickly on him was Simon Stransky. Still in the Finnish end of the ice. Vakanainen still trying to work it free. Kemp near side. Hrdinka lets the shot go, and that ended up hitting Musil in front of the net.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the Home Depot. Only Rigid gives you free batteries, parts, and service for life. And you can only get it at the Home Depot.
Welcome back to Montreal. 1-1 tie, Czech Republic and Finland. Stransky going after it. Velimaki jammed it away from him. Kept in at the blue line, though, by Musil. And finally controlled and carried back. Some room on the left side by Ruotsalainen, but he quickly ran out of room. Then he does throw it to the front of the net. Heading slowly to the front of the net is Peli Rasanen. And tried to get a stick on that shot from the line, but never did. Rasanen after it at center, and he's on the puck. Rasanen back with Koivula. Throws it to the front of the net, steered away by Skarek. And back for Michael Spacek. Spacek gets to the line. The long reach of Velimaki breaks that one up. And then offside called against the Czech Republic.
So Juuso Välimäki, who's just a terrific prospect as a defenseman with the Tri-City Americans, watch his play here at the blue line. So here comes Spacek, pretty good player. And a lot of guys are going to back off and give more space, but he holds his position perfectly here, doesn't get caught, and now forces the turnover by the Czechs in an offside.
Second year in Tri-Cities for Juuso Välimäki. Eligible for the draft this summer. Taché plays it up the boards, near side, and the wrister from the line by Kravnička is deflected wide to center, and Bjorkqvist trying to send it in. And this ends up over the glass, and there's going to be a bit of a conversation here whether or not this is a penalty.
Well, if he got over the blue line, because if you did it inside the defensive zone, it's clearly a penalty. But I think they're saying that he got over the blue line. So here comes Bjorkqvist. He's moving. No, they missed the call.
Yep. So a bit of a break for Finland. Ulevi. Heiskanen, and Heiskanen comes left side. Pass beyond the reach of Julius Matilla. Him and his twin brother both play at Boston College. An injured player in behind the play is Kvasnička. He got pasted into the corner boards and makes his way slowly back to the Czech Republic bench. Ulevi lays it back into his own end. Heiskanen will settle it down. Both teams start a change. Heiskanen, who is eligible for the NHL draft, has been drafted by UFA of the KHL. Jammed up in the corner is Kalina. Sends it around the boards, trying to hold the line, but unable to is Vakanainen. Now taken by Matilla. Slides it up the left side boards. Petrus Palmu gives chase into the Czech Republic zone, but plenty of time for Kalina to set things up. Kalina will dish it off. Where's the ball? Jakub Zboril, the pass to the middle, looking for Reichel. And Reichel had a Tolvanen coming in out of hard. Couldn't quite pick up that pass cleanly. Chipped through by Sustal. Suchi is after it. Suchi to the front. Sustal kicked at it. Velvalainen is down and hangs onto it. Velvalainen and Sustal one-on-one, but Sustal never could get a real good handle on it. There's the hit as Kvasnička goes into the boards hard. Went into the corner boards hard, got tangled up there with Kasper Bjorkqvist. It wasn't a vicious hit, but just a little bit of a push. 1-1 tie here with under 6.5 to go in period number 1. Spacek bumped in the corner, puck up the boards, and a little bit of room right through the middle of the ice now for Christian Vesalainen. And offside called at the blue line.
And the Finns are coming so quickly out of their zone, and Ville Sarjärvi recognizes that there's an opportunity as a defenseman to get into the attack, and a little extra move by Vesalainen forced him offside, but it's how the Finns are going to play. They're going to attack you, and their defense, if they see the opening, are going to be in the attack.
Around the boards, sent to the line, kept in. Sarjärvi lets the long wrister go. And that will be held for a face-off.
And we talked about Olli Juolevi last year on the Finnish blue line, but Ville Sarjärvi was a terrific player. Power plays, great with the puck. What they really understood as defensemen was how good their forwards were. You know, they could get the puck into their hands, whether it be on one-timers or getting the puck low.
Sarjärvi, the shot from the line, that never got through. Henrik Borgstrom back to Vilimäki. Vilimäki's shot got blocked. And Cachet will clear it back, and Sarjärvi will hustle back the Detroit pick. And this is going to be an icy call. Downstairs we go. Let's join Laura Dyken.
Thanks very much. And yes, it has been a fantastic year for Finland in international hockey. Of course, the World Junior Gold, the Under-18 Gold, silver coming at the Men's World Championship. And after the World Juniors won on their home ice back in January, well, what way would you want to celebrate that? But by getting your own stamp. Yes, the Finns getting this made right after Kasperi Kapanen's OT winner, celebrating here with Miro Kestitalo and Ville Sarjärvi. The designer of the stamp saying, we wanted the stamp to highlight the positive energy the junior ice hockey team served to the people throughout the tournament. So great keepsake there to honor and celebrate what has been a fantastic year in Finland hockey. And I guess, guys, it's not done just yet.
No, and it was a great event last year, no doubt. Jacek won the backhand, and Vevalainen will hang on to that.
See, real good play here. Then Jacek chips it behind Heiskanen. Takes a little look, and then he tries a little flip backhander, but Vevalainen makes sure it doesn't go any further than that.
Rasanen Out to take the face-off for Finland. Sustel was in there for the Czech Republic, and now Christian Reichel will go in. Dad took a few face-offs in the National Hockey League. Robert Reichel in 830 NHL games played. Suchi sends this back in on Vevalainen. He'll scoop it. Julevi plays it behind his own net. Big hit there. Chance out front. And that got deflected away. Good recovery down low by Finland. And now Koivula will stuff it in. Ruotsalainen in after it, but Czech Republic up with it. And some room for Suchi. Stopped at center as he gets squeezed out there by Pelle Rasanen. A little pushing and shoving going on in front of the Finland bench between Rasanen and Suchi. Now they'll make their way back to their respective benches. Julius Mäkelä sends it in. Luoto, the goal scorer for Finland. He gets taken to the corner boards and knocked down by Michael Spacek. Spacek trying to fish it out of the skates of Luoto. And finally, it does get onto the stick of František Hrdinka, and he'll clear it out to center, no further. And right back in for Rautanen. Sends it wide. Hrdinka's after it, turned it over, quick shot by Bjorkqvist, and that didn't miss by much. Bjorkqvist plays it back to the blue line. Rautanen sends it deep, and Spacek all the way back, down below his own goal line, comes up with it and sends it ahead for Hronek. Plays it through for Musil. Finland content to snap it around the boards, and Nantonen will bounce it up to center ice. Right back in, though, for Hronek. The long wrist shot, that goes off the stick and high. Hronek, another Detroit draft pick. Bjorkqvist for Nantonen. Nantonen with some speed, cutting around Zaboral. Centers into the slot. It came, and Tolvanen couldn't get a stick on it. Right back for Cachet. David Cachet plays it deep as we get some end-to-end going here late in the opening period between the Czech Republic and Finland. Zaboral with Palmu in after him. And Zaboral will regroup. Tolvanen on the forecheck. Icing waved off, and Velimäki's back for it for Sariarvi. Sariarvi sends this into the Czech Republic zone. Finland starting another change. Borgstrom back at the line. Slap shot Julevi, and that makes its way through some traffic, and Skarik makes the stop and hangs on.
So Vili Sariarvi, okay, we hear a lot about size, but you got to be elusive. Watch this little two-step here on the forecheck. And I mean, when you're under pressure like that, you can just give a little bit of fake to buy yourself the room that you need. You need to be elusive. You need to beat pressure. And there's big players that can't even come close to making that type of play. I've said it before, Sariarvi has NHL written all over him. He reminds me a lot in terms of the way he plays, the way he thinks of a player who I think was great, Sergei Zubov, part of our Stanley Cup team in 1999 with the Dallas Stars. But that ability to think and understand how to work your way through the challenges, Sariarvi's high end in that regard.
Vasnichka, we saw, came back to the bench and now gone again. And with just over 2 left to go in the opening period, we'll see whether or not he makes a return for the start of period number 2. Frenzaluk, the goal scorer for the Czech Republic. Feeds it out of his own zone. Philip Schlappick had it, lost it at center. And right back in from Ruotsalainen. Shot from the left side. And that's grabbed and held.
The interesting thing here, Team Finland, they have 4 players from the NCAA. Borgqvist from Providence College, the Mattila twins from Boston College, and Henrik Borgstrom, who's playing at Denver University. So, you know, here's the Finnish players coming over to play in the NCAA, playing for some really top-end coaches, Nate Lehman in Providence, Jerry York, the great Jerry York at Boston College, and Jimmy Montgomery out at Denver University. So you just look at players from Finland that are looking at different avenues to develop, and great programs, great level of hockey.
This winter, the movie network turns up the heat with the biggest movies, including Batman vs. Superman, the Divergent series, Allegiant, Keanu and Kung Fu Panda 3, all hits all winter, only on TMN, the movie network. Zustel wins the draw for Suchi. He'll play back for Hrdinka, cross for Hronik, and the slap shot that got blocked to hit someone in front of the net. Cleared out at center. Koivula ran out of room. Hronik chips it back up the center ice. Reichel takes his man to the sideboards. Long shot in on Vevalainen. Any reasons as to why we're seeing more Finland players come over to U.S. colleges?
Well, I think that you look at some of the players in the case of the Matillas, Jesper and Julius, smaller, you're going to need more time. They felt that they wanted to take the opportunity of education, and, like, again, it's high level. L.A. Tolvanen is committed to Boston College, and we got Apelli Rasanen, his teammate with the Sioux City Musketeers in the United States Hockey League. I mean, Jay Brady, who's his coach in Sioux City, said this kid's smart enough to go to Harvard.
In on the attack, Matilla got squeezed out by Sapporo. Usil plays it behind his own net, dying seconds of the opening period. The shot's 11-7 in favor of the Czech Republic. In a 1-1 tie, and here comes Spacek. Winnipeg Jets draft pick. Spacek sends it in. Sariarvi after it. Spacek takes a run at him, just got a piece of him. Long lead pass on and off the stick of Rasanen, the Edmonton pick. And now taken by Cachet, and the first period comes to an end. Czech Republic scored the opening goal. Finland comes back to tie it. Krenzuluk got the opener for the Czech Republic.
Growth of women's hockey across Canada. Visit hockeycanada.ca/SO Cup.
Hockey Canada is putting a spotlight on grassroots hockey. Hear about how hockey is building community across the country and nominate a volunteer who makes hockey happen in your area. Just go to the website on your screen. Intermission time in a 1-1 hockey game. Brian Mutrick, Dave Reed with you. And Finland last year, it was so nice to have a guy like Laine or Puljujärvi able to pull the trigger and offense coming fast and furious. They're going to rely on a lot of people to score goals. Meantime, you like the Czechs battle there in that opening 20.
I think the Czechs have realized that if they want to play against the Finns, they want to compete in this tournament, that they're going to have to compete every single situation. And the first goal is a perfect example. They outnumber the Finns 2-on-1s on the board. Beautiful play. And Netcash actually out-battles another player down low. Yeah, they get the lucky bounce, but they win 2 one-on-one battles. And watch David Cachet here on the boards, winning the one-on-one battle, staying with the play, and then quickly jumping in on the play, winning another one-on-one battle. And we see it here, 2-on-1ing on the boards. This is what Czechs have done in the first period. This is what's going to make them successful if they want to continue and do well in this tournament, is to be able to make sure that they can force the play, get involved in the battles, and win the battles. This is something that Finland has done very well over the course of time, whether it's World Junior, U18s, or the men's. And their goal is another example of where Finland pushed back. It wasn't as much a physical play as what you'd call, Brian, staying on the play. A great second effort. Luoto gets the goal, and he just continues with his skating, pushes the puck forward twice, reaches in with his stick, but watch his feet. They keep moving, push the puck forward. They're not the one-on-one physical battles that we saw the Czechs winning earlier in the period, but a great effort, a great individual effort to tie the game up at 1-1. It would be interesting to see how Finland pushes back in the second. They're known for playing that physical game where it's all about wear the opposition down. I thought the Czechs did a very good job at doing that against Finland in the first.
A defenseman we're watching is Juha Levy, and he is joined by our Lord Aiken.
So all y'all tied after one period there. What were the Czechs able to do to keep you guys, sorry to make it laugh, but in check?
I don't know. It's like they're a fast team, and they gave a lot of pressure to us. And of course, it's a first game, so I think everyone was really nervous in the first 10 minutes. But yeah, like we have 2 periods to fix the score.
Now, winning has been following you around lately, obviously winning the World Juniors and the Memorial Cup with London. Is there any extra pressure here because you're a winner? Is there any pressure here, really, do you think, to repeat as champions? I know the tournament's just getting underway.
I don't know. Of course, you always want to win, and I think that's the pressure. And then whatever, if you have win in the past, it doesn't matter. But of course, I want to repeat the championship. So yeah, there's some pressure, but I'm just enjoying here.
Winning is contagious, after all. Thanks for doing this.
No problem.
Laura owes $1 to the cliche jar with that Czech comment. I'm telling you, that's early. Speaking of early, the early game, that guy was a star. Alex Nylander, a pair of goals. Also, more highlights coming up. Could Latvia upset the United States? We'll tell you next.
Scoring summary of that opening period, Daniel Krenzaluk. The shot from the line went off a body in front, Nekash. With the assist at 4:27, then Yuna Luoto, unassisted at 8:46, tied the game up 1-1. Czech Republic outshot Finland 11-7 in what was a fairly evenly played period of hockey here at the Bell Center. What caught your eye?
What caught my eye was really good defensive play. You know, centerman getting down low and then transitioning quickly into offensive attack. And both teams were doing it. I thought that the Czechs did a real good job of it, you know, making sure that, you know, here's Šlapik, you know, good defensive position. How many times do you hear coaches talk good defense leads to good offense? Well, I think that the Finns and the Czechs showed a lot of that in that period. Good, strong support down low and then get on the attack. And, you know, when you have good centermen, and both these teams, in my view, have good centermen, you watch a player like Filip Šlapik, the draft pick of the Ottawa Senators, Henrik Borgstrom, who's drafted by the Florida Panthers. You got Julius Nattinen, drafted by the Anaheim Ducks. They really understand good defensive play, but it doesn't take away from their offensive, you know, opportunities.
These countries understand good defensive play, both the Czech Republic and Finland.
Yeah. And you know, Michael Spacek, you know, who's drafted by the Winnipeg Jets, is another great example of that. So when you got really good two-way centermen, you know, you're going to see them, you know, playing from goal line to goal line.
Saariarvi ahead for Palmu, out to center. Bounces around, does get deep into the Czech Republic zone. Stuffed around the boards. And controlled by Palmu. For Julius Nattinen, he swings it to the front of the net. Välimäki lets the shot go. And that's steered away by Skarik. Tolvanen turned it over behind the net. Hronek gives chase on Nattinen. Filip Hronek led the Czech Republic in ice time in that opening period, 7 minutes and 48 seconds. Musil trying to work it in behind the Finland net. Saariarvi plays it around the boards. And a little bit of room now for Kokkonen. Kokkonen plays it left side, gets the return pass. Kokkonen looking for some help. Swings it down low off the corner boards. Tolvanen back for Kokkonen. And a great defensive stick there, as that just did get tipped away by Karofsky. Heiskanen plays it back into his own end. Juolevi, who led Finland in ice time. Juolevi 6 minutes and 26 seconds in that opening period. Icing called against Finland.
Yeah, you know, Juolevi is, you know, you can play big minutes when there's not a lot of wasted activity. You know, he's in the right positions. He reads the play.
42 points with London last year. Vala, Andre Vala giving pursuit into his own zone. Right after him is Kokkonen. Tolvanen tried to get a pass loose for Vesalainen. And back up the ice for Šlapik. Plays it in behind the Finland net. Heiskanen goes after it, lost his footing and fell. Jacek tries to work it free. Tolvanen is there ahead for Vesalainen. Vesalainen carries down the left side in for Kokkonen. And he tried to send it near side for Vakanainen, and that got intercepted.
Excellent play by Andre Vala, the defenseman for Czech Republic. Just deflecting that puck with his stick out of harm's way. That was a dangerous foray by Finland.
Koivula backhands it in, goes in after it. Skarik plays it around the boards. After it, Kalina with Hronek. Hronek extends it out to center ice. Hrdinka plays the long shot in. Kalvalainen steers it away. Sharp angle chance. That's off the side of the net. Saariarvi plays it back. Taken by Andre Vala. That pass didn't go anywhere. Sariarvi slams it around the boards, gets past Hrdinka, and this will be another icing call against Finland.
So the Finns come out again, back from their defensive zone on the attack, and this is a really good play. Vesalainen gets it to Borgstrom, but Vala stays in pretty good position, and he reads it. He doesn't overshoot the play. Big, strong, big, long guy, and he's able to get that stick out of there and deflect it out of harm's way because Kuokkanen was loading up for the one-timer.
And puck was not dropped fairly. They'll do it all over again. Face off to the left of Vesalainen. One-one tie between these two teams here in period number 2. What a terrific run it was for Finland last year. Last 10 years for Finland, it's either gold or nothing. 2014, they won gold in Sweden, and then 2016, gold at home last year in Helsinki. Rassinen had it get away from him. Rautanen goes after it, but it's brought right back in by Thomas Sustel. Sustel couldn't get a shot away, and Sariarvi back for Finland. Off a stick, bounces around. Rautanen tried to get a stick on that. It rolled off, and Rassinen couldn't get it either. Sariarvi to the front of the net. Rautanen is after it. Trying to center it back at the line, and Koivula is there. And Otto Koivula will swing it in behind the Czech Republic net. On and off the stick of Reichel, and right back into the Czech Republic zone. Hronek is there. Slams it up the boards. It almost hit Rotsalena. He was on his way to the Finland bench. Taken back in behind the net by Spacek. Adam Musil turned it over, and Julevi will bank it off the boards to center. And offside is called. We welcome all of those of you from TSN3 who are watching the USA and Latvia. A couple of first period goals here, and the defending champion Finns in a tie with Czech Republic 1-1.
It's been a pretty good game, back and forth, both teams with some chances. I would say competitively, it's very, very level.
Big minutes for Julevi in that opening period. Dennis Bayak along with Craig Button, Laura Dyken, our TSN crew here at the Bell Center. Andre Vala. Karofsky got squeezed out by Miro Heiskanen. Down low to help out Kasper Bjorkqvist, and Bjorkqvist will play it for Julevi. Julevi sends it up the left side wall, stopped there by Cachet. Neckash plays it back to the line. Slap shot by Krenzaluk. He has the goal for the Czech Republic. Now cleared to the line past Vala. And Luoto, who has the goal for Finland, had it knocked off his stick. Sent back around the boards. It'll make its way all the way back out at center. Vakanainen plays it in for Petras Polnu. He got squeezed out in the corner. The first penalty of the hockey game is coming, and it is going to be a holding call to the Czech Republic.
Petras Polnu right in the thick of the action. Not the biggest of men, but he's always in the thick of things. Plays for the Owen Sound Attack in the Ontario Hockey League, and he's up, he's on the puck, and then you'll see the hold as he comes back, and stays through it. But
so the Czech Republic will be shorthanded. David Cachet to the penalty box for holding. Finland's power play last year was dynamite. 37.5%. Number one in the tournament. Now some of the firepower is not there, but the system's still in place, and there's plenty of firepower left. Shot by Sariarvi, who will play that point in the power play, went off a stick and wide.
The neat thing about last year too, they had two different power plays. So, you know, you're going to penalty kill meetings, you got to know who are we going to defend and how are we going to defend them, and I thought that was brilliant by the coach, Jukka Jalonen.
Nantonen, Heiskanen, Heiskanen dishes it off. Antonin gets it back. Heiskanen, Sarajärvi lets the wrist shot go. That hit a body in front of the net. Zaboro tried to clear, could not. And they'll set it up again. Slap shot, good left pad save by Skarek. As Nantonen let that one go. Koivula back for Nantonen. At the line, Heiskanen, Sarajärvi in front looking for the redirect by Palmu. Didn't get enough on it, but great puck movement there by Finland.
And the one thing about Finland, too, is all the success they had last year, they knew what their personnel was, and they worked their power play towards that. They're not going to just try to do the same things with different personnel. They're going to say, what can work with this personnel? Always thinking.
Czech Republic's penalty killing a concern last year in the tournament. Shot by Juolevi and a good glove save by Jakub Skarek.
Yeah, this was a pretty good passing play by Finland. They move it. Jantunen tries to move it right down low diagonally, and Palmu just misses it. They move that up, down, across, and then back diagonally, and they had the Czechs vulnerable.
22 seconds left in the power play. Juolevi will go back and set it up. 9 assists for Juolevi in last year's tournament on 14 shots on goal. Kuokkanen, Tolvanen, back for Juolevi. Back in for Tolvanen, trying to get a shot through, does, and Jakub Skarek, who looked a little shaky maybe in the opening period, looks a lot more solid here in period number 2 as he makes another good glove save. 1-1 tie here in the Junior A Challenge in Bonnyville. The bronze game, Czech Republic lost in that contest to Russia by a score of 7-4. So a number of players have been over in Canada for quite some time, getting into various tournaments. Bjorkqvist spins it back, Luoto to the front of the net. Gets deflected away. Kasper Bjorkqvist, the Pittsburgh pick, was after, but cleared away by Cachet. Cachet stopped at the line. Neckash trying to get a stick on it, chopped away from him. 17-year-old Martin Neckash eligible for the draft. First round pick in the KHL, but does play in the Czech League.
Playing with Bruno in the Czech Extra League, which is the senior league, and he's acquitted himself very, very well as a 17-year-old. He's a good player. He's a certain first-round draft pick, and I dare say a top 10 pick. He's a really good centerman.
In across the line, Koblasek.
And let me correct myself. I don't dare say, I say it with conviction.
Your job to say it with conviction, and you've done it very well. Schlappick stopped at center, passes the puck through. Jacek back for Schlappick, and that slap shot went wide. Carries around the boards. Palmu couldn't get a stick on it. And Kalina back for the Czech Republic. Kalina gets away from a bit of a grab there by Eeli Tolvanen.
Grabbed onto the sweater. Right in front of the referee as well.
That wasn't hard enough. Battle in the corner. Palmu trying to come up with it. Kalina gets it loose, gets it for Hronek. Up for Jacek. He'll barge his way in. Taken to the corner boards by Heiskanen. And Juolevi. Right back for Finland. Kuokkanen has this go on and off his stick. Hronek sends it back to the Finland line, and Juolevi's going to start it over again. For Kuokkanen. In for Palmu. Back for Kuokkanen. Has some room. Juolevi's with him. And the quick snapshot went wide. Cleared out through center and right back in for Borgstrom. He'll play this deep. After it, Vesalainen. Big Vesalainen trying to work it off the sideboards. Back at the line. The shot off a stick. Kuokkanen for Vakanainen. Back to the short side. Save made by Skarek. And now a penalty will come to Finland. Kuokkanen is going to get it for getting the stick up on the netminder Skarek. And the Czech Republic will get its first power play of the game.
Well, Ole Levy recognizes that there's a real good opportunity to jump into the attack, and that's exactly what he does. And his London Knights teammate, Jani Kokkonen, not quite able to make the play. There was the penalty by Kokkonen as he comes to the net. Gets a stick up high on Skaric.
Controlled in the corner, and the attempted clear by Bjorkqvist doesn't materialize. Slotnick is after it. Taken by Stransky. Stransky around the boards. Spot check. Waiting for it. Schlappick protects the puck. Schlappick being watched by Vakanainen. Spot check. Back cross ice for Schlappick, and a good save. And into the crease it comes. Valvalainen trying to get the big glove on it. Finally does. And play whistle down. Faceoff will be to the left of the Finnish netminder.
Michael Spacek makes a great play here. Gets himself to the top of the circles, and as the puck comes to him, he lets Valvalainen know that maybe I might shoot it, but then he knows where his options are, and that pass comes right back to Schlappick. You see him here. Just the great ability by Spacek to keep all his options open.
Shot from the line by Hronek. That got kicked away. Philip Hronek, a Detroit pick, plays in Saginaw. A couple of assists in last year's World Championship for Hronek. Schlappick got jammed into the sideboards, cleared to the line but not out. Kept in by Simon Stransky of the Prince Albert Raiders. Now for Musil of the Red Deer Rebels. Schlappick holds it in on that far side. Ottawa Senators draft pick, and the shot by Spacek is grabbed and held. Schlappick, of course, from the queue with the Charlottetown Islanders. There's Spacek of the Red Deer Rebels.
Yes, Schlappick's had a terrific year with Charlottetown, but Michael Spacek, so smart, so aware, so patient. The great John Wooden, former coach of the UCLA Bruins in basketball, always said, be quick, but don't be in a hurry. When I watch Spacek, he just got that great ability to scan the whole ice and know what play is there to be made.
Slammed down the ice by Kasper Bjorkqvist. Their college player at Providence. Jakob Zaborro winds his way to the line. The Boston first rounder in 2015. Has it again. His third season in St. John of the Quebec Junior League. Center, sharp angle, Valvalainen. Big save off of Sustel. Zaborro at the line, plays it down low. Some power play pressure here by the Czech Republic. Nikash tries to play it down low. Good defensive read. And this gets cleared down the ice by Vakanainen. Nikash will leave it for Cachet. Cachet gets that return feed. And the low shot to the far side just missed, and there was some room there. Schlappick sends it back down for Cachet. Cachet gets double teamed. Rassinen trying to work it out of the pile for Finland. It finally does score for Velimäki. Sends it in for Ristolainen. Ristolainen trying to find some room against Vala. Couldn't. Cross ice feed now gets tipped away, and Velimäki goes back for it.
Nice play by Krenzuluk to stay in position too and deflect that puck.
Off the boards, some room to the front of the net. Save made on Tolvanen. Big hit on the far side as Tolvanen takes Lucas Jacek to the side wall.
See Tolvanen, how quick he is to the net. He can score in multiple ways.
Schlappick carries back, takes it wide on Heiskanen into the slot. Nice setup, and Valvalainen makes a huge save off Radek Koblasek. There has been some chances. David Cachet cutting to his left, goes back to the right, just misses. He's made some big saves. Both goaltenders have looked solid here in period number 2. USA beats Latvia, by the way, 6-1. The final in that one, Canada and Russia yet to come from the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. Kokkonen squeezed out by Musil, but offside is called against Finland.
Yeah, right at the defensive blue line, František Radinka looked like he might have been caught, but he got his stick in the right position, which forced the offside. And the Czechs are down to 6 defensemen with the loss of David Kaznička to that big hit in the first period with Jesper Borkvist.
Talked about Finland's 2 gold medals in Sweden and in Helsinki. Their first ever gold medal, somewhat historic, came in 1987 in Piestany when Canada and Russia got disqualified, but it's a gold medal for Finland. Chance in front of the net, scramble, Vehviläinen down, and he will hang on to it.
Well, there's Vehviläinen again. He's so alert. He's on the play, he's trying to find that puck. He does find the puck, and then he makes sure that the puck gets covered up.
He's been good. Talked about this earlier. Shutout in his first game last year in the tournament, but didn't see many shots, just 10 from Belarus. And then it didn't end well for him. Got pulled after giving up 3 in the quarterfinal game against Canada. Finland did come back to win it. Jakub Zaboro looking for Cachet. Villamäki puts this off the boards. Bjorkqvist goes after it, but Zaboro gets there first. Snap back out at center ice and in across the line. We're deflected by Karofsky, and that got deflected away. Daniel Karofsky with that long reach.
Another great save by Vehviläinen, though, kicking out that left pad on the redirect.
Zariarvi plays this deep. Stark will play it for Kalina. Kalina for Cachet. Cachet, nice little drop pass for Necas. Martin Necas trying to get it deep. It got blocked. Gets it again. And a great back check there by Otto Koivula. There's a chance in front. That got cleared. Is a quick shot by Kovlasek. Back to the line. Wrist shot. Vehviläinen is going to hang on to that as Krenzuluk gets that through traffic and on goal, and Vehviläinen another good stop.
Yeah, he's been really sharp. Here's the play right into the middle here as it gets redirected by Karofsky, and just following the play perfectly, and then your body just moves right into position. Vehviläinen looks very calm, looks very controlled, looks very good.
Had the rough first period in the pre-tournament game against Canada. He wasn't alone, though. Finland. This gets deflected. And this will be an icing call against Finland.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the Home Depot. Only Ryobi gives you over 70 tools powered by a single battery system. And you can only get it at the Home Depot.
Face off in the Finland end of the ice. Finland, the defending gold medal winner, the World Junior Championship. Koivula, the Islander pick. And Skarek is going to hang on to this. .509 left to go in the second. And Finland last year, 9 points in the round robin. Talked about the win over Belarus. Then they lost to Russia in game 2. And then they got on a roll, 8-3 over Slovakia, 5-4 over the Czech Republic. We talked about that one earlier in a game that the Czech Republic had a 4-3 lead early in period number 3. Then they went on to the quarterfinals over Canada, beat Sweden in the semis. And then the overtime winner by Kasperi Kapanen against Russia in the championship game. A very good tournament in Finland last year. Koivula tried to jam that short side. Skarek is there to jump on it and hang on to it. Canada's journey at the 2017 World Junior Championship begins tonight. Team Canada will take on Russia. Catch at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific across the TSN network and in 4K. Canada-Russia still always special. U.S. has certainly got into the mix. Here we'll see Sweden and Finland, which is a great rivalry.
We talked about Finland last year, too. You know, the come-from-behind win against the Czechs. They were down in the quarterfinal game against Canada a few times. They came back in that game. The late goal by Russia in the gold medal game, ultimately winning it in overtime.
Musil plays it back. Hrdinka doesn't get much on the shot. It's smothered over to Hronek. He'll get it down low. Hrdinka another shot, and Devalainen another good save as he got the right pad down. He is in a rhythm right now. Steele at the line. Tolvanen cross ice, and Palmu couldn't control that cross ice feed.
Tolvanen couldn't get it flat.
Zariarvi's going to charge this right up the ice. Looking for a change, doesn't get it deep. Oh, they had a man. Kalina had a man open. That was Susko in behind everyone at the Finland defense. Couldn't get the puck quick enough to settle down. Back and across, Suchi heads to the front of the net. Now chases it down with Palmu. Feed to the front of the net. It's tied up there. Quick shot, that one wide as Suchi let that one fly. He's got on and off the stick of Julius Nampton in a bit of a dangerous spot for Finland. To the line, Kalina fakes the shot, finds some room, dishes it off, and the blast from Reichel. And that may have hit a body and gone wide. Reichel bats this ahead, and as it is onto the stick of Peter Kalina, that will be a glove pass.
Christian Reichel, who played at the World Junior A Challenge with 3 of his current teammates, gets an opportunity from a distance. He can shoot the puck, but he doesn't really get that one anywhere near the net. And he earned his way onto this team by a real good performance at the World Junior A Challenge, as did the other 3 players, David Kavaznichka, Daniel Kurowski, and the goaltender, Peter Kavachka, who's the 3rd goalie. So they use that tournament as an evaluation for this team.
Vassalainen on it for Finland. Tried to play it to the middle of the ice, and another good defensive play by Necas. Sends it ahead for Kurowski. The long shot off the left pad of Valvalainen. From the left point, Krenzuluk shot didn't get through. Chance on that left side, and unable to gain real good control was Vassalainen. Took a look to see where everyone was and kind of lost it. Julevi plays it back around the boards. Controlled by Finland. Pokinen up front with Borgstrom. Vassalainen looked over at the bench, stays out there. Cachet for Schlappick. Jasek goes after it. Lucas Jasek back for Schlappick. To the front of the net goes Benzelik. And this gets cleared, kept in at the line, and the wrist shot by Jasek doesn't get through. And now grabbed a whole big hit. Jasek stepped into Heiskanen. Heiskanen had just dished off the pass, and he got leveled. Back in for Koblasek. The shot off the stick. And Heiskanen on it for Finland. They open things up here a little bit late in the second period, much like they did late in the first. Hronek for the Czech Republic. His pass up the boards got intercepted by Luoto. Borkvist tried to play it back down low off the skate. And back up the ice. Koblasek sends it low. Jasek after it. He tried to send it up top, looking for Hronek. And Velimäki will take it for Finland. Velimäki finds Luoto. Spacek down low to break it up. Pass for Simon Stransky, had his stick lifted, so they wave off icing. And Velimäki will go back for it. You see Velimäki, 18 years of age, eligible for the draft. Saboro for Kalina. His shot blocked in front. Koivula On the backhand, goes back to the forehand for Velimäki. Nice little tight turn by Velimäki, but still not a lot of room. Stransky holds it in, tried to get it to Spacek, and it's deflected out to center ice. Good forechecking there by the Czech Republic. Arthur Ristolainen in with a bump for Finland. Zaboro trying to play it up the wall. Puck bounces around. Finally grabbed on Ristolainen, lets the quick shot go off the stick. And the second period will come to an end, and it remains a 1-1 draw. So no scoring in the second period. Both goaltenders were very good in the middle frame. Shots 22-15 in favor of the Czech Republic. Both goals coming in the opening period. Some good hits in that second frame. 40 minutes done in a 1-1 tie. No scoring in that second period. And for the second straight period, the Czech Republic out shooting Finland. Now 22-15 as we get set to start period number 3 in a 1-1 tie. But first we have our Canadian Tire big play.
Yeah, Juno Lotto, who scored the only goal for Finland, but it's a good play in the neutral zone. He really battles Adam Musil, and then he finds his way towards the net and then slips it in between the arm and the body of Skarek. There's the play against Musil, real strong, pokes it past into the open ice, and then the quick shot. That's the big play.
Big play presented by Jumpstart and Hockey Canada Foundation. Let's give every kid the chance to play. So a 1-1 tie. Czech Republic has the short turnaround. They're right back at it here tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern here at the Bell Center, as they will take on Switzerland, as that will be the first game for Switzerland, the only team that in this pool that doesn't play here today. And then Finland at it tomorrow night, 5:30, late afternoon, I guess. They'll take on Denmark. Icing waved off, Sarajärvi. Back for Finland as the third period is underway. Sarajärvi straight up the ice. Sends it ahead, Nantonen will dump it in. At the line, and Velimäki with the shot. That's off a stick. Musil got in front of that one, and it caroms up and out of play.
Juuso Velimäki with the Tri-City Americans, just a really well-rounded defenseman. I don't think there's anything exceptional in his game, but boy, there's nothing that isn't really good in his game, from his head to his feet, to his defensive play, to his competitiveness, and type of defenseman that can play a long time in the National Hockey League and really be an important member on the blue line.
First round pick in the 2015 import draft by the Tri-City Americans.
He'll be a first-round pick in the National Hockey League draft and very well could be a top 10 pick. He's that good. In fact, I think there's 4 Finns that are definite first-round picks. Juuso Velimäki, Miro Heiskanen, number 2, the defenseman, Eeli Tolvanen, and Christian Vesalainen. Of that, I have no doubt.
Cachet to the front of the net, bounces around. Netcash couldn't get a stick on it. It bounced back to Cachet, and he took a swipe at it. Netcash now for Karofsky. His shot blocked, gets it back in deep, sends it back. Netcash plays it back for Zaboro. Zaboro back for Netcash, the one-timer. In a little tight on him, and he never got much on it. Cleared back out at center. Almost an early line change there for the Czech Republic. Koblazek, sharp angle, that's blockered away by Velimäki. Vakanainen sends it out. Ruotsalainen takes it wide. Ruotsalainen trying to get around Andre Vala. Vala stays right with him. Koivula plays it to the line. It got blocked, and Koblazek right back in. Sends it in, chased down on the far side by Schlappick. Tried to get it back to Hronek. And Koivula right back. Rasanen goes in after the loose puck with Vala. Rasanen tries to work it off the corner boards, does. Gets some help now from Koivula. At the line for Velimäki. Down for Bjorkqvist. Kasper Bjorkqvist, the 19-year-old, tried to center. It gets turned over. Send out at center. Hronek tried to lead the attack, but the puck got away from him. And Välimäki will circle back for Finland. Välimäki dishes it up, hits to the front of the net. Nice little redirect as he takes the pass from Julius Mattila.
Well, it's a nice little play coming through the neutral zone by Juuso Välimäki. He attacks the blue line, you know, good poise, settled here, but then he attacks the blue line, little flip backhander, then he follows that right to the net. Just gets a little tip on it off the shot by Julius Mattila. Tell you what, Skarch was right there.
Back at the right point. Shot by Sariarvi, missed the short side. Cleared out at center, and Välimäki plays it back for Sariarvi. Lead pass stopped at the line as he got knocked away from Luoto. Lead pass, and Bjorkqvist and Borrell recovered to bat it away. Välimäki with Suchi in pursuit. Sariarvi up the middle. Simon Stransky almost picked it off, but it does get to Mattila. He got stopped inside the Czech Republic line, gets a little help from Luoto. Down for Mattila. Mattila gets bumped into the backboards by Zaboral and knocked down. Luoto trying to come up with it, bats it back into the corner. Now Finland with a little bit of pressure. Pelmu for Heiskanen. Back in behind the net for Petras Pelmu. The OHL trying to work it free off the sideboards. Knocked away, and Michael Spacek hustles back. Kalina stuffs it ahead for Musil. Adam Musil, the St. Louis pick, 6'3", 200 pounds. Gets it to the Finland line, no further. Renzovic has to hustle back to break it up, and now Stransky will chop it off the wall and back to the finish line. Ulevi plays it back for Pelmu. Having trouble settling it down, and the next thing you know, he finds himself all the way back in his own zone. Now he takes that lead pass. Petras Pelmu trying to bust through, and David Cachet breaks it up and starts right back. Cachet with some room, and save made by Välimäki, and he hangs on.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the Home Depot. Only the Ryobi garage door opener is faster and ultra quiet, and you can only get it at the Home Depot.
Well, Venny Välimäki, again, a little quick move by Cachet. Just look at the positioning of Välimäki. It's just perfect. Right where you need to be. Get to the spot, make the save look easy.
Slapik has to backtrack out of the finish zone. Erdinka cross ice. Hronek back up for Slapik. Vakanainen run him out. Koblazek trying to come up with the loose puck. Hronek at the line. All the way back around the boards. Vakanainen trying to stuff it up the wall. Can't. And now Vesalainen will try it. Kuokkanen had this go off his skates. Following up on the play is Vakanainen. And now Finland will make a wholesale change. The room for Koblazek. Takes it wide against Välimäki. Rassett in there as well, and we have too many men on the ice.
6. Philip Hronek turned around to the linesman and he says, hey, they got 6 guys out there. And sure enough, he could count, had the whole play in front of him. And they made the call right there, but Philip Hronek turned right around and said, that's 6. And I still see their goalie in the net.
Yeah, when play was whistled down, there wasn't anyone near the Finland bench, so second power play of the game for Jakub Petter and the Czech Republic. And their power play struggled in last year's tournament, 1 for 11 for 9%. We also mentioned their penalty killing, which was an issue last year. Hronek, and he'll slam this in, but this has been a competitive game. You still have spot check there as well, but it comes loose and Mattila will send it down the ice.
A well-played game. That's only the third penalty of this game.
Schlappick on the attack. Takes it wide. Philip Schlappick tried to center. Schlappick, the Ottawa pick, just got signed here recently by the Senators.
So now we'll go back to the too many men on the ice, and there's 1-2. You can see Sarjarvi in front of the net, and then 1-2-3, and yeah, I can tell you what, Filip Hronek, number 29 for the Czechs, was coming up the ice, and he was back telling the referee and the linesman, hey, pointing at them.
He probably thought, boy, there's a lot of blue sweaters in front of me here. Yep, 6 guys with regular equipment, and then the guy in the net with the big pads. That was 7.
See, if the goaltenders wore smaller equipment, you might be able to not be so noticeable.
Oh, see, there you go. Got that one going now. Cachet to the side of the net. Sustel lays it back. Net cash. Down for Sustel, in tight. He tried to pull it to the forehand and couldn't. Morrow will go back and set it up. Morrow has seen a lot of drafts. Import draft, USHL draft, KHL draft, NHL draft. 1-1 tie here in the third period. 20 seconds in the power play. Schlappick trying to fight his way past Bjorkqvist, could not. Schlappick sends it back for Krenzuluk. Krenzuluk's blast got the scoring going in this hockey game. Schlappick the shot, that one off the leg to the far side. Shot from the line got blocked. Batted out of midair and unable to get a whole lot on that was Jacek. Andre Vala. Back to 5-on-5. Deflected in by Kovalchuk, back at the line. Hronek tried to get it down low. Finland clears. After it is Palmu. Gets it for Nantonen, and that shot got blocked, and he gets his own rebound. And that got blocked and goes up and out of play. Just over 12 to go in the third period. This game's still all deadlocked.
But his plan was, sometimes those are the ones that end up in the net. They make the blooper reel for months and months.
The result was good. The style, maybe not so much.
Well, I think he was trying to get a face-off. He was trying to get a stoppage, but when he didn't catch it, I think he got a little bit anxious.
Reichel, Sustel, and Suchi back out for the Czech Republic. And this is going to get whistled down on icing. Suchi thought he may get to that loose puck first.
Well, Vinny Vehvilainen has been very good in this game. He's been real sharp, picking up the puck. I mean, that was early in the first period off the big rebound, but from that moment in time, real good to his position, real good in controlling the rebounds, making sure there wasn't real good second opportunities with loose change in front of his net.
Face-off win for Finland. Velimäki goes across ice, played in deep, and now Reichel sends it ahead. And Suchi is there to get it into the Finland zone, and Velimäki starts right back up. Velimäki goes cross ice, trying to find Tolvanen in full flight. Gets turned over and sent right back out at center. Heiskanen for Julevi. Olli Julevi, the captain of this Finland team. For Tolvanen, the long shot goes wide. Heiskanen holds it in, and it ends up on the stick of Zamoro. Zamoro a little slow to get up. All right, though, as he gets the puck back from Hronek. Zamoro finds Musil. Musil, the wrist shot. Vehvilainen the save. And Kokkonen has the puck back for Finland. Kokkonen puts on the brakes. 18-year-old Carolina pick. Finally turned it over, and Michael Spacek back for the Czech Republic. Krenzelik in on Ulevi. Ulevi bounces off the Czech, still has the puck. Plays it ahead off the stick of Vesalainen. Shot from the line. Traffic in front. Spacek was right in the kitchen of Vesalainen. Taken by Spacek. Plays this back to the line, quickly near side, and the wrist shot. Krenzelik. That one went wide. Spacek trying to track it down. Spacek getting some help there from Musil. Jammed up in the corner. Ulevi on the backside in case it pops free. Ends up back at the line. Slap shot. A blast again from Krenzelik, and that went wide. Spacek has it again. Pressure here by the Czech Republic. Kalina for Krenzelik, plays it down low. Korovsky, as the Czech Republic has got a line change in. Wrist shot to the short side, went over top the net. Kept in by Nekash. For Musil. Finland trying to get a change in, and they finally will. Krenzelik deflects it in, third right back out, and now a race for it. Koivula after it, but icing is going to be the call against Finland. Let's send you down to Laura Dyken.
So the Czech Republic coming on strong here in the third period, and you know, this team used to be a powerhouse at this tournament, winning gold in 2000 as well as 2001. Since then, they have fallen on some lean years, though just one medal, that being a bronze back in 2005. But you know, the program is starting to rebound. The Ivan Halinka Memorial Tournament, which takes place in the summer, featuring under 18 players. Well, the Czechs won gold for the very first time at that tournament, defeating the U.S. 4-3 this past summer. And the group here has some of those players in Montreal, including the captain of that squad, Martin Nekash. Some confidence here as the World Junior Tournament kicks off for them, and they've been playing very well. Got the Finns on the ropes.
Wasn't always tough times for the Czech Republic. We talk about their last medal being 2005, that being a bronze. You go back to the early 2000s, 2000, 2001, back-to-back gold medals for the Czech Republic.
Well, they held at one time the Olympic gold medal, the World Championship gold medal, and the under-20 gold medal. So
correct.
There was a golden era in Czech hockey, late 90s, early 2000s.
At the line, trying to hold the line is Kalina. So Finland forced to regroup.
Laura, talking about Martin Nekash, I mean, he was brilliant with the Ivan Halinka, real instrumental in leading them to the gold medal. Former NHLer Vaclav Barada was the head coach. Did a real nice job with them.
There's a steal. Koivula trying to drive it to the net. Got forced to the outside by Kalina. Stays on it, plays it down low. Rasanen takes it to the front of the net. Backhand try. Now some pressure from Finland. Velimäki with the shot. Good right pad save. Skark. Jammed up along the boards, comes free, and right back up the ice for Christian Reichel. Looking for a line change. He'll just play it deep and head to the bench. Into the final 8 minutes of the third period in a 1-1 draw. Velimäki plays this in deep. Cleared ahead and Nekash for Musil. Dumps it back, a shot from the line by Krenzelik. Gold in the corner, Nekash trying to work it free. Velimäki takes a bump from Musil. Sends it on in Luoto. They'll chip it into the Czech Republic zone. He did not get across the red line. And as a result, icing is going to be the call here against Finland. So the face-off will come back, and at this stage of the game in a 1-1 tie, face-offs and everything else gets a little magnified. Will be the short turnaround for the Czech Republic. So one of those where you really don't want the overtime. And yet, if you win the overtime, you're okay with it. But we've got 7 minutes left to go before regulation comes to an end in this one.
It's amazing how the result of a game can make you more fatigued or less fatigued.
It can. Winning cures a lot of things. Fewer ice packs. Shot from the line, that sailed wide. Cachet's after it, knocked away from him. Hronek trying to hold the line. And it's sent back by Bjorkqvist for Julevi. Julevi straight up the ice. Gets to the line, dishes it off. Palmu. Czech Republic bench reacting, feeling that may have been offside. Clear deep, Palmu goes after it. Palmu bumps there with Peter Kalina. Cachet, Polvinen, all in the mix. Finally comes loose. Matilla tried to get it down low, could not. And now the Czech Republic will get a line change in, or at least most of it. Thomas Suskel in on the chase in his own zone. And it ends up on the stick of Zaboral. Jakub Zaboral for Jacek. Tried to go cross ice as he was looking for Koblezek. And that got picked off, and Finland right now wanting to get a change in, so the game is slowed right up. Vakanainen will turn 18 on January 1st. Sends this in. Borgstrom back to the line. Velimäki trying to get it back for Borgstrom. Vasalainen back for Borgstrom. Kokkonen goes to the front of the net. Matilla at the line. Kokkonen chases it down behind the net. Tied up by Vala. And there's an open left point, so the puck will carry him back into the Finland zone. And under 5 now in regulation. Sariarvi. Feeds it through. Ruotsalainen lets the shot go, and Skarek makes that save, and he will hang on to it. Time running out here in regulation. And time running out here in the third period. Look at Jakub Skarek. 1.58 goals against average, 9.43 save percentage at that Hlinka tournament that Laura was talking about, where the Czech Republic won gold. Korovsky's pass, that failed to materialize. Back deep into the Czech Republic zone. Cachet tried to clear, could not. Koivula spins it all the way around the boards. Waiting for Korovsky, tried to get it to Netcash. Gerdinka had it bounce away from him, but it does come outside the line, and Finland will have to regroup. Sariarvi bumped by Netcash right in front of the Czech Republic bench, and Hronek is back for it. Philip Hronek. For Musil. He'll send it in. Julevi jams it around the boards for Bjorkqvist. Bjorkqvist trying to clear. He couldn't on the first try. Circles back. Finds a little bit of room. Now he's stripped of the puck just outside his own line. Musil carries back in at the line. Trying to quickly get that one to the front of the net was Simon Stransky. And it caroms back into the Czech Republic zone. Musil. Stransky takes it wide. Stransky trying to out-muscle Heiskanen. Heiskanen pins into the boards. Julevi ties his man up. That's Spacek. Puck loose at the line. Zaboral the blast. And Vehviläinen had that go off his stick and out of play.
Yeah, Zaboral loaded up on this shot, and right off the pass, he hammers it. And you can see it go right off the top of the stick of Vehviläinen, but I think it was clearly over the net. But as a goalie, you don't want to take that chance. He gets right over there. It's puck's a little bit on edge. I'm more looking at the goaltender moving and getting into position, and Vehviläinen was right on it.
Matilla sends this out to neutral ice. He's going to have to gain control one more time. Goes across ice. Up and deflects it in. Polvinen goes after it. Eeli Polvinen. And this comes back to the left point, and this will be grabbed and held. Tonight's game story brought to you by Molson Canadian. Both goals coming in the opening period. Krenzuluk opens things up for the Czech Republic, and then Luoto makes this a 1-1 game, and that's the way we stand with Czech Republic outshooting Finland.
3 penalties total in the game. 1 was too many men on the ice. Competitive game. Good goaltending on both sides. Very competitive.
Christian Reichel banks it off the sideboards out to center. Suriarvi lays it back into his own zone. Velimäki the lead pass. Nantonen tipped it in. That negates the icing. Hrdinka backboard, plays it back in behind his own net. Czech Republic with Hronek. Ahead for Sustal. Now Velimäki will take over for Suriarvi. Back for Velimäki. Skates it to the line and carries it in. Drops for Palmu. Got away from him and right back down the ice. Suchi plays it deep and he'll head to the bench on the change into the final 2 minutes of regulation. Both teams will change. Heiskanen starts the 5-man attack for Ulevi. Ulevi pressured at the line by Cachet. And Netcash has the puck, bounces it back into the Finland zone. And Velimäki is going to hang on to that, and we'll get a face-off deep in Finland territory.
Well, we're in overtime now. There's no question about it. If Laine and Puljujärvi Aho were playing and the Finns fell behind 1-0 or by 1 goal, I would say, okay, they can come back. But the next goal in this game is going to win it.
It was interesting, the 3 you mentioned finished 1-2-3 in the scoring last year at the tournament, all eligible. Some talk about Puljujärvi, who isn't getting as much ice time as the other 2 are, but Spacek in the high slot scores! Shot from the line by Spacek. Musil was in front of the net. And the Czech Republic with 1:18 left has a 2-1 lead.
Right off the face-off, the Czechs get control of the puck, and then they get traffic to the front of the net. Then Spacek does a little bit of a maneuver at the blue line where it looks like there's going to be an exchange of the puck. That's enough room for Spacek to take advantage. Musil with a really strong screen in front of the net. I can't tell if it goes off the shoulder of Velimäki or off of some part of Adam Musil. But there's the poise again with Michael Spacek, right? Like, okay, what play is there? What play can I take advantage of? And not forcing things. He's a good player.
He's had a real good year with the Red Deer Rebels. Leads the Rebels in scoring with 42 points.
Czech Republic goal is first of the tournament, scored and assisted by number 18.
And it is Michael Spacek who gets credit for the goal. And the Czech Republic with 1 minute to go now will try and hang on for the win. Palmu controls Vavalainen, heads to the bench for the extra attacker for Finland. Polvinen for Nantonen. Nantonen for Velimäki. Velimäki sends it cross ice. Suriarvi being watched there by Jacek. There was no lane to shoot it. Velimäki will let it go. Loose in front. Skarik makes the save as Nantonen tracked down the loose puck. Kept in at the line, but it doesn't go deep, and now cleared to center ice and no further for Koblazek. Finland will carry right back in, off the boards and out by Hronek. Taken at center, Schlappick. Schlappick in on the forecheck. Palmu, one last try here for Finland. Palmu got bumped by Zamoro. Polvinen trying to center. That got blocked, and the Czech Republic will open the tournament with a 2-1 win over the defending champion Finland.
Very, very competitive game, and the Czechs are extremely excited getting the tournament started with a win, a well-earned win. Neither team gave each other very much. Michael Spacek makes a terrific play for the winning goal. Jakub Skaric in the net was real solid. The one goal that slipped in between them, this was a real strong effort by the Czechs. Full marks for a full 3 points for the regulation time victory.
They started last year with a 2-1 loss. They start this year with a 2-1 win. The Czech Republic does. Time for the TSN turning point.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the turning point was, right? With just over a minute left in the game, Michael Spacek with a little maneuver here, and Volkanen is the one that kind of goes the wrong way, and Spacek takes advantage of it with all that space, head up. Adam Musil in front of the net, and there's no more bigger turning point than the winning goal.
There was a quick discussion with the officials after that goal, whether anyone felt there maybe was some goaltender interference. As we saw there was not, and Michael Spacek, the Winnipeg Jets draft pick, off the pipe and in for the game-winning goal with $1:18 left in regulation. So the defending champions team from Finland, strong effort though by Vinny Velvalainen and his teammates, but the Czech Republic full marks for the 2-1 victory. And now we will have the player of the game presentations.
Présenté par Monsieur Luc Tardif, directeur du championnat junior mondial et membre du conseil de l'Internation fédérale. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the best player award of each team will be presented by Mr. Luc Tardif, tournament director of the World Junior Championships and board member of the IIHF. Le joueur du match de l'équipe de la Finlande, the best player of the game for Team Finland, le numéro 31, number 31, Vinny Vehviläinen.
He was real good.
Yep.
The winning goal, didn't really have a good look at it. It's a great screen by Adam Musil.
Yeah, we talked earlier about this game being important for him, and it was a solid effort by Vinny Velvalainen. And he is the player of the game.
Et le joueur du match pour la République tchèque, the best player of the game for Team Czech Republic, le numéro 22, number 22, David Cachet.
So David Cachet, the player of the game for the Czech Republic, and there was a number of players that could have won that award, and their netminder was one of them. Spacek had a real solid effort, and all around a real solid effort for Jakob Peter's team.
Very solid in all regards. Discipline, competitiveness, goaltending, timely play. I mean, they wore out the Finns in one stretch here in the third period with sustained offensive zone time.
De la République tchèque. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the Czech Republic.
The 2017 IIHF World Junior Hockey Championship from Montreal and Toronto is brought to you by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 30 years. By RBC, when we invest in youth, great